I'm Ruiz with Tactical Hyve, and today I want to talk about my AR pistol EDC truck gun. So the rifle itself is a Primary Weapon Systems Mark 107 Mod 2M. So Mod 2 being their latest version with the lightning cuts on the receivers, and the M being the M-lock on the handguard. So latest version. Now I've made some modifications to this to fit my needs and what I like, and I'll go over those now. So the first addition to this rifle is the Vortex Razor AMG UH1, or the UE. This is the original model. I've had it for a little while here now, and I will be replacing it with the newer model that does have night vision, because that is something that I'm looking to get into here shortly. Yeah, this optic has been great for me. It's got a very large window. As you know, it's kind of similar to, let's say, like an EOTech or something like that, but it's got a large window on it. It's pretty robust. I've shot it a lot. Works really, really well. Reticle's nice and clear. You know, I really do enjoy this optic, in particular for this AR pistol setup. Okay, let's see, moving over to the front here, I've got, so this muzzle device here is the PWS CQB muzzle device. This comes standard on the 107. It's kind of like a blast cone, kind of blast deflector type thing, but it does have some additional kind of more micro things going on here that also reduces the flash. So I think that's important. It's not like some of the other blast cones that just send a huge flame out the front. So that's not really what I was looking for. This is a lot better for the flash suppression. Also still reducing that concussion. Now, I am going to a suppressor in the future, so I'm looking at adding a 7.62 model suppressor, or 308 model suppressor from Surefire, and I will be replacing this with the Warcomp on this particular build here. The reason I'm going with the 7.62 is because this is a really short design, so I do want to have a little bit more of that opening in the at the muzzle end. I want a little bit more opening on that in case I tumble around or anything like that. Plus the back pressure of such a short design like this, I want to have a little bit more volume. All right, so moving on here, I've got a Surefire Mini-Scout. So this is the 500 lumen version. Did a little bit of upgrade to this as far as you know, the Surefire components that they offer for this. This is the 45-degree mount that they have here. This is their older design before they came out with the newer ones. I think it's called the Pro or something like that. But this is the older style that does take the scout light from a standard 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock and puts it over into that 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock area. And then I run the, I replaced the rear cap here with another product from their lineup. It does have an area for the plug for the push pad, but it also has a backup push button here if I needed to use that. Because if this tape switch or pressure pad fails, well then I don't have any other means of actually activating this light. So there is that backup push button there. And then the push button that I have here is, again, from Surefire. Don't know the models, the nomenclature of the model number. So again, right here I have just a momentary on, and then here I have a constant on as well. So there's some backup to the backup here. And so again, I don't want to rely solely on just one mode of operation if I can help it. And they offer different products that allows me to do that. Moving on, I've got the Raptor charging handle that does come stock on this. However, if it didn't, I'd probably upgrade it. However, they are stock on all PWS rifles. Another modification or addition I did was change out the trigger. So this trigger is from American Trigger Corporation. It's the AR Gold curved and this one is the fixed model, non-adjustable. I do run the AR Gold triggers in my competition rifles. However, I run the adjustable ones. Not to say that they're not reliable, but when I'm talking more about a duty rifle or duty gun or duty pistol, whatever the case is, I want something that's a little bit more fixed and it's not so adjustable. So it's just removing that potential for disaster. I'm not saying that AR Gold is going to fail on me. I'm just saying that I'd rather just not take the risk. It's a mechanical device, and I don't care what brand is stamped on it. It's a mechanical device. It's bound to fail. So AR Gold is a drop-in trigger system. Because of that, I do like to use KNS pins, or the anti-walk or anti-rotation pins. So I use those here. You can see those. This kind of looks like a bone, like a dog bone type design there. All right, moving to the next modification is this Law Tactical Folder. Now, this is what people love the most about this build. And if you're not familiar with the folder, all I need to do is press this little push button here, which allows me to fold the buttstock over to the side, decreasing the length of this pistol. And now I can stick it in a backpack or something like that, okay? So in order to use it, if I had it stowed here like this, in order to use it, I would need to close it and before I was actually able to shoot this. Because when this does open, there is a lock mechanism that is placed back here so that if you were to shoot it, the whole bolt didn't shoot out the back. Okay, so there is a locking mechanism. Once you close it, it defeats that locking mechanism and removes it. It's almost like a safety, if you will. And so now I'm able to shoot this safely with the bolt not ejecting out of the backside. Okay, with a system, a short system like this, and you do add a Law Tactical Folder, things to kind of be cautious of is the weight on the back here itself. So, smaller AR designs need to have a little bit more kind of finesse when it comes to modifying the gas system. Well, with the Law Folder, there is a metal, like a slug here. It's a steel plug here, and what it is it's an extension off of the back of the bolt carrier, and that's necessary for it to basically to work, because it's basically making contact with your buffer weight here. All right, so again, by adding that extra weight though, it kind of throws off the, kind of the timing of the whole system. So that might be something that you need to mess with. Maybe if you add weight here, you got to take weight off of the buffer, or maybe reduce the spring or something like that. Or in this case, I have an adjustable gas system. I can actually increase how much gas is getting back to it, so increase the pressure, and now it overcomes the extra weight. All right, moving on, back here. So the PWS rifles utilize their enhanced buffer tube system. This one has a castle nut wrench, which is really awesome, because if I wanted to convert this back over into a full-size rifle or maybe an SBR or something like that, and I didn't need to, I didn't want to use the Law Folder, then there is a castle nut wrench here, and I can just pop that off. There's like a little ratchet in there. It's hard to explain right here, but there's a ratchet in there, and it allows me to keep using this castle nut without having to replace it, because I have to continuously keep staking it. So awesome added benefit there. And then also the enhanced buffer tube itself, as far as the lightening with extra flutes and all that kind of stuff. It's good to go. So the brace that I'm utilizing here is the SB Tactical SBA3, I believe it's called. A lot of you are familiar with this pistol brace. It is definitely the most popular pistol brace out there. However, one of the failure points here is how flimsy the rear side is. So one of the modifications that I've done to this is change out the strap to something a little bit more robust. This one is from One Shot Industries, I believe, and it's called a split fix. So again, it's using more of a thicker Cordura on there, and it's got some other things in there to keep it more rigid. You can look that up and see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm running just a sling, standard sling. Right now, this is just, I don't know exactly what sling this is, but it works pretty well. However, again, I'm always constantly changing things and looking for better gear and upgrades and things like that. So I'm always buying something and okay, if that doesn't work because something else or something better came out, then I'm just gonna change it. So I'm actually gonna switch over to a Spirit Systems sling. They just came out with one and it is by far the cleanest sling there is. What I don't like about this sling is these old Alice clip type kind of, you know, buckles. They're spring loaded and the spring is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of flimsy, but the sling itself is really nice. I just don't like relying on things like this. So the Spiritus sling is definitely something that I'm looking forward to giving it a try. And if it's better, then I'll go with that. And then just some basic, you know, quick release buckles, no big deal here. The BCM QD mounts. So too easy. All right, and that's pretty much it. That's oh, and another thing I like to use is the ergo grip. You know what? I got issued an ergo grip, I don't know, back in my first rifle issue in the military, and I didn't know what it was. I was just kind of getting into it, and somebody issued me this, and I started using it, and I've never changed it since. I've been running the exact same grip style, not the same grip because I've worn through them, but the exact same grip from Ergo Grip since 2009, I think. So it's been a while. I definitely won't change it. I've tried to find them. I just, something about it, I just really like it. You know, hey, to each their own, all good. Okay, so when I actually load this up and store it, there's a couple options that I use for mags. Now, one of those is a coupled mag and the other one is a drum. Okay, so these are both from Magpul, just your standard 30 round M3 mag, and I'm using their coupler design. It fits perfectly inside the notches of the magazine itself. I do prefer using this one. This one is pretty awesome because I don't need to do reloads for 60 rounds, which is awesome. But the problem with this one is that when I go to stow this, okay, the pistol brace gets pushed off to the side, and in a hot vehicle, I don't want it to mold that way. So I just have it on standby if I need it. But the other setup, and the one I prefer when I'm storing it in a vehicle, is the coupled mag. So if I go to stow this here with the folder, then it does not, it doesn't flex or remold my pistol brace. Okay, so that's my preferred method. All right, so this is my standard EDC AR pistol setup, and yeah, if you have any questions, comment in the comment section, like and share, and we'll see you on the range.